I remember the sound first. Laughter, high-pitched, cruel, the kind that doesn't come from joy, but from the pleasure of seeing someone hurt. When I stepped into the backyard, every conversation fell silent except one, my sister's. She was laughing so hard she had to hold her stomach. And there, in the center of it all, stood my daughter, her small body trembling, her head shaved clean, clumps of her hair scattered on the ground like a graveyard of innocence. My daughter tried to hide behind her little hands, but she was shaking too hard. I remember her voice, broken and small. "Mom, they said it's a game. A game." My sister wiped her tears, smirking. "It's just a joke, don't be so dramatic." I didn't remember walking across the yard. I only remember the sound my hand made when it met her face. Sharp, final. Everyone froze. My mother stood up, pointing at me like she'd found her villain. "You bastard child! How dare you!" I took my daughter's hand and walked out. The sound of my mother's curse followed me all the way to the car. I didn't look back. That night, as I washed my daughter's head, she asked me why her aunt hated her. I told her some people hurt others just to prove they can. She nodded, silent, brave. And that's when I decided they'd never hurt her again. Not with laughter, not with lies, not with blood. You see, revenge isn't anger, it's architecture. And I've always been a good builder. A year ago, I was the one my family leaned on, the responsible one, the eldest daughter who kept the roof steady while they tore it apart. I paid my mother's bills, helped my sister through her divorce, even took care of her kid when she vanished for weeks. I was the fool who believed love could fix blood. But when my promotion came, the one I worked a decade for, my sister couldn't stand it. She whispered things about me to my mother, that I slept my way up, that I thought I was better than them. My mother believed her, of course. She always believed the louder child. So when I walked into that backyard and saw my daughter humiliated, I understood. This wasn't just a joke. It was a message, a declaration of war. And I decided to reply. Revenge begins in silence. I started small, a missing key here, a delayed bill there. My sister depended on my help more than she realized. Her new boyfriend? A financial advisor with a fragile ego. I made sure he knew she had a gambling problem. She didn't, not yet, but by the time I was done, she would. I sent her small gifts, anonymous ones, casino flyers, credit card offers, betting slips. I wanted to plant the idea before I blamed her for it. Within 2 months, her boyfriend started checking her phone, questioning her late nights, accusing her of things she didn't even understand. I stayed out of sight, just listened, watched. Then I took step 2. Her business, a small event company I'd helped her start, relied on my corporate contracts. I pulled them quietly, rerouted them through another vendor I controlled under a different name. Her company began to crumble, one client at a time. She blamed everyone except me. And while she fought invisible enemies, I started building a case, legally and socially. I documented her gambling debts, her forged receipts, her breach of contract, all manufactured, but elegantly so. By the time her boyfriend left, taking her last savings with him, she was already neck-deep in financial quicksand. And then, as I knew she would, she crawled home to our mother. That was the part I waited for. Because my mother, oh, my mother, she never learned compassion, only control. She took my sister in, but not out of love, out of pride, family pride. The same pride that made her scream "bastard child" at me in front of everyone. So when the authorities came with fraud allegations and debt collectors knocking on her door, my mother's pride broke before her heart did. And that's when she came to me. The next morning, I opened the door to find her on her knees. Her voice trembled, old and fragile. "Please, give your sister a way to live." I looked at her, really looked, and realized something. The woman who once ruled my life was just a scared, aging body now, hollow where her power used to be. Behind her, my sister stood, hair disheveled, eyes swollen, the same trembling child who once laughed at mine. My daughter watched from the stairs. I made sure she saw everything. I told my mother I would forgive. But forgiveness has its price. I handed my sister a contract, a transfer of her company's assets and the house she lived in. She didn't read it, she just signed, desperate to breathe. When she left, I closed the door softly and turned to my mother. "You know what I realized?" I said. "You taught us to fight, but never to love. And this," I gestured to the papers, "this is just your lesson, finished." She didn't reply, just sat there, shaking. It's been 6 months since then. My sister works in a small boutique now, one of mine, though she doesn't know. My mother barely speaks to anyone. My daughter's hair has grown back. She laughs freely now. Sometimes I catch her playing with her dolls, cutting their hair short and saying, "It grows back stronger." And maybe that's true. Maybe that's what vengeance really is. Not destruction, but regrowth through fire. I don't regret what I did. Not the lie, not the silence, not the slap. Because that day at the family party, I wasn't just defending my child, I was ending a legacy. And some legacies deserve to burn.